Hi, I'm Kayla, and I'm 20 years old, and I'm gay.
I'm Michelle. I'm 20 years old, and I'm straight, sorta.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm 22 years old, and I'm bisexual. We are students at Arcadia University, and we are doing a Liberating action assignment, which I will describe to you. It is to experience within the gay and lesbian culture to help do actions of liberation, whether these actions are interpersonal, coming out to yourself, interpersonal, coming out to others, or on a grand scale of social activism. Gays and lesbians have not only defined and transformed themselves and their own culture through liberating actions, but also informed and transformed American culture. We are asked to perform a pro-difference action that represents something you would not or could not have done prior to taking this course. We are asked to focus on the oppression of gay and lesbian individuals and perform a diversity-affirming act which opposes such oppression. However, keep in mind that our actions must be non-violent and legal.
What was the earliest time that you guys remember having feelings that were sexual for either sex?
I'd have to say that the earliest that I had a sexual feeling for someone of the opposite sex was in college. And mine was a little complicated since the person that I had those feelings for was actually transgender. So although they had the body of a female, they had the mindset and personality of a male. So that was definitely interesting.
I guess I was in, I don't know, 2nd grade, and there was this boy in my class, and he was cute, and I thought that, you know, maybe I wanted to hang out with him, and then one day he came over and he kissed me, and I was sort of like, what? What is going on? But then I realized that that was okay. So, yeah, that, you know, I guess I realized I was straight then, and I wasn't anything else, because I liked it.
I mean, I've always had schoolgirl kind of crushes on, you know, my girlfriends, but probably it didn't really realize, it didn't hit me until, of course, celebrity crushes. When I was younger, probably about 11 years old, I had a massive crush, I still do, on Carmen Electra. I thought she was gorgeous, and that's kind of when I realized that. Also, a lot of late nights in my room, the lights off, watching TV, watching Loveline, being 11 years old, being so curious. I mean, our generation, we all watch Loveline, don't lie. That was one of the reasons I was like, yeah, baby, I'm kind of into girls. Baby, I'm kind of into girls.
When did you guys first realize that you were either gay or straight or bisexual or anything like that?
I have to say I was definitely confused. I had grown up, you know, thinking that I was normal and that I was straight. I had a very serious boyfriend in high school, and then another boyfriend for about a year in college before I knew Eamon, but I hadn't, you know, started to seriously think about him in a dating sense. And I didn't really know how to react. Not only did I have feelings for someone that had a female body, but they were a female who felt that they were a male trapped in that female body. It was definitely an experience that I didn't quite know how to work around, but when it came down to it and I sat and thought about it and, you know, tried to figure out what I was going to do, I realized that it was just a person. You know, it wasn't a guy, it wasn't a girl, it wasn't, you know, what genitalia you have. It was Eamon. It was the person, the personality, the sense of humor. That's what I fell for, and I just went from there with it.
When I brought my first boyfriend home to my house to meet my parents, and I think my parents sort of, you know, didn't ever think I was anything but straight, and so they didn't have like any sort of abnormal reaction to it. But my dad's parents are very closed-minded about a lot of things, and my grandfather, you know, makes awful comments about gay people and black people and Jewish people and everyone. And so I was always sort of like sensitive to that, even though, you know, it didn't have any real effect on me personally. But my grandfather, when he met my boyfriend, sort of just went, you know, like, we don't have to worry about anything else other than like whether she goes to college or gets pregnant when she's 17 or something. So it was sort of like I got along better with him, and he didn't have to worry about anything, and he was really okay that my boyfriend was like middle class, white, you know, normal Christian person. So I then moved on to a Jewish person, and he had a lot of problems with that, but that made me happy.
I guess, like, well, this is about coming out, right? Kind of. Personally, I had a hard time coming out to myself. Like, I had sort of a person, you know, in high school, and, you know, obviously I didn't have feelings for him whatsoever. You know, I had a lot of guy friends, I had a lot of girlfriends, and I didn't really see myself as a sexual person. Inside, Lord knows I was, you know. And it wasn't until college that I started, you know, realizing, well, yeah, this is who I am, and now this is who I can be. So it was kind of like it was a process for me. I had to come out to myself, and then I had to come out to my friends. And then I was like, well, maybe it's time to come out to my parents. And I came out to my mother, and it wasn't a big deal whatsoever. And I knew it wasn't going to be a big deal. My parents are extremely open-minded. I'm an only child. And it was just something that I had to do myself. It wasn't that... Wait, cut for a second.